Hello YouTube, back again with another tea review here. So today, here's the one we're reviewing. See, I thought it was fitting. Today is January 9th, 2024, so I decided I'd brew this tea called the January 9th. It's a raw puer that was made in 2019, so I guess it's 4 years old now at this point. So I'm going to use the last of my sample here. I'm using it's a decent sized little chunk. So you can see it a little bit there. So this is an interesting tea. I've tried this in the past. Right when it came out, I got a cake of it just because I was very interested in it. Let's do the rinse here. So I'll show you the picture of it, but the leaves on this tea are just very bright. They're like almost silverish white, and they're just so right when I saw those leaves, I was just you can't really see. Sorry about the lighting, but so it looked really good, so I ended up trying it, and I really liked it. But that was 4 years ago, so the tea has definitely changed and developed a little bit from then. So here, I'm going to read the description. It says, it is an experimental blend with a slow inertia that builds into a rumbling avalanche of bitterness, sweetness, and aroma. The body is smooth throughout the session, entering on the initial steeps with a whisper before gaining momentum, a blend of several regions with a unique character unlike any other blend. So when I read that description, I thought, yeah, I think I want to try this. And it was very good tea when it first came out. So I'm really interested in having it again here. I've obviously had it a few times, but it was hard to really pick out specific notes. Let me go ahead and try the rinse here. Not much going on in the rinse. That's to be expected. So this review might be a little bit biased because I'm someone who really does like this category of tea, and lately I've been drinking it almost every day. That is raw puer, that is young raw puer specifically. Okay, so there's a lot of aroma. It's very sweet and like sugar cane in the aroma. It's interesting. So the first brew is I like it a little bit light, but it's already got a lot of sweetness, and you can feel it going down the throat. A little bit of, it's hard to describe, like a sharp, like a little bit of bitterness, just a touch. So the leaves are not fully opened up yet. I'd say one of the best parts about this tea is the aroma. It's really strong and just complex. Like you can tell this is definitely a blend of several different regions. This tea is not as like strong as I remember it back when it first came out. So like even these 4 years have really kind of mellowed the tea out a little bit. Definitely noticeable. Okay, now it's starting to open up. It's very sweet and floral in the aroma. It's almost like a waterfall. That's kind of a weird description, but like imagine you're out in the forest and you come across just this a big waterfall. It's kind of what I get from there. Okay, it's pretty thick and like it's getting pretty sweet and I almost want to say like creamy, but not fully creamy. Yeah, I really like this tea a lot. I'd say it's almost starting to enter that category where it's I think teas go through like an awkward phase when they're like 5 to 10 years old. I think they kind of just they taste really weird. They're not fully developed, but it's not like it's a fresh tea. So I personally don't like when teas get to that point. But this is still pretty sweet and like fresh, I think. Well, it's not like fresh, but it's still you can still notice that it's a young puer. Say it's full bodied. You can feel it all the way going down the throat and even into the chest. Touch of bitterness in there. Hmm. Yeah, I like this tea. I don't think I would get another cake of it just because it doesn't stand out to me as like one of the best teas, but it's certainly interesting and it's unique. This tea is like so well blended that you don't get too much of one thing. You get like some earthiness, a little bit of sweetness as far as in the aroma. Still, it's like foresty. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty nice aroma. I'm gonna reboil the water here and see, maybe do a few more steeps. So yeah, this is the January 9th, 5:15 a.m. is technically what it's called. Hmm. It's it's got a little bit of kick to it, like a little bit of strength in the tea. As far as like the aroma and the flavor, I think it's actually kind of calming to me so far. Like it's just soothing and pretty mellow in the feeling. It's definitely still full bodied. It's it's got a little bit of strength to it in the flavor now. The more you brew it, obviously now the leaves are fully opened up. They are. I'm getting the strength of the tea now in this next steep, I think. Yeah, I recommend taking your time with these teas. I'm probably brewing it a little bit faster than I normally would. I have to keep the video under 15 minutes, so that's why I'm kind of rushing through a little bit. Still very much enjoying it. Okay, so now it's very floral in the aroma. Just a miscellaneous variety of flowers. It still reminds me of, like, say you're on a hike out in the woods or in some mountains. It's that's what I get in the aroma. Okay, so I think the best way I can describe that is I get a little bit of almost like a powdered sugar type of flavor, but it's also got in the background, it's got a little bit of earthiness too. Just like that fresh raw puer type of flavor. So I think this is steeped like 5 and 6. I always lose track of what steep I'm on. It's, wow, this is very interesting. Okay, I'm tasting a little bit of honey in there. It's almost like, I almost want to say orange peel or something, but that's ever so slight. Yeah, this is a pretty interesting tea. If you like this category, I'd recommend trying it. But for me, I've actually realized I liked it a lot when it first came out, but now, 4 years into this tea's aging process, it's pretty good, but it's not like my personal favorite type of tea. It's all right, I'd say. With that being said, I noticed a little bit of the energy and the effect. It's actually kind of relaxing, but also a little bit warming. Like, I definitely think I'm gonna go work out after this. I'm gonna push this last steep right here, and then do one more steep. It's still kind of the same category of flavor, honeysuckle. It's actually it's cool because almost like, well, you feel it almost clean your palate a little bit and like feel it down the throat. It's good. This is one of those teas that the flavor does stay around for a while. So, like, after drinking it, you can still taste the tea, which is nice. Mm. Yeah, this is pretty good. I wouldn't. I think you might want to check this out. Well, I better go ahead and end the video. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you.